Welcome back, everyone. Believe it or not, the AirPods 3s ended up just coming out. So let's go and kind of compare them against the AirPod Pros that I have right here that I still have to connect to an iPhone and see which one you should pick up. Now, I will tell you, if you're in the minority, or I would say in the majority, I don't really know. Basically, I'm somebody who just can't really get into AirPod Pros. These ear tips just don't really fit into my ears that well. For some reason, it's very blurry. So that's just something that's been happening with my life. I just never really got into these and they're just kind of uncomfortable. But I will tell you, as somebody, I just my head shaking, as somebody who just recently started using AirPods 3s, I can tell you right now, these things also do not fit inside of my ear. These things are even more uncomfortable than AirPods Pros, which is pretty crazy. I wasn't expecting that. So I'm going to tell you, the first thing I want to say is if you're somebody who has a hard time wearing headphones and if the AirPods second generation or standard earpods, the ones that come inside iPhone boxes or any other headphones that you may use if you're an Android user, if you're somebody who used those headphones and those ones fit perfect, anything higher can be a problem, well, you may have a hard time with the AirPods 3s. I'm going to be honest, I made a separate video talking about it. So that's the first thing I want to get out of the way. Now, another big thing is actually with the case themselves. So looking on the outside, you can see the cases are a little bit different, but they're kind of the same, kind of type of design. The AirPods Pro's case is a little bit more wider, as you can see, and I'm more used to this design. But when you quickly look away and you look at the AirPods 3's case, you may not even be able to tell too big of a difference. The main reason for this is because the AirPods Pro's case is a little bit bigger, the headphones are a little bit wider, so it makes total sense. But also if you look at the color, it seems like the coloring is a little bit different between both. It could be the lighting, but I'm not really too sure. On the bottom of both these cases, we have lightning ports, which is beautiful. The thinness and thickness between them, I think they're around the same thickness, so I don't really think there's that big of a difference between the two, which is perfect. And on the back, again, pretty much the same type of design, not a big difference. Buttons in the same areas as well. So you're pretty much getting the same type of setup between both, which is perfectly fine. If you're coming from AirPods 3s or AirPods Pros, at least you're kind of familiar with the whole entire design architecture between the two, which is perfect. Now, kind of going deep, we can kind of see the actual headphones themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and take both of these out. I'm going to put the case right here, and I'm going to zoom in straight into the headphones because there's a little bit of a difference. So as you can see, like I mentioned, this portion of the ear tip doesn't fit right in my ear, especially my right ear for some reason. The AirPods Pros feel a little bit better, which is a good thing for sure. Now you can see these stems are pretty much the same thing. You have the microphones at the bottom. You have pretty much a little bit of more capability for the AirPods Pros, which I'll get into in a second. But as you can see, kind of the same thing, which is cool. They both kind of look like the same thing. I don't have a problem with either one of these. But again, you do have the ear tips you can go ahead and kind of interchange. So one thing that I've seen a lot is people have different ear tips for different things they do. So that's cool. If you're working out, if you want to be comfortable, you can change these out. The AirPods 3s don't have any capability like that. So not a big deal, but that is something to keep in mind. But another big thing is actually the built-in features between both of these AirPods. Now, a cool thing is with both the AirPods Pros and the AirPods 3s, you actually do have spatial audio with both of these. That's what the AirPods second generation didn't have. So coming from the AirPods 2s to the AirPods 3s, you're getting spatial audio here. But the AirPods Pros have had them for a little bit, which is really cool. So I will tell you that's a really cool feature. But another cool feature with the AirPods 3s is actually the little button that's now on the side. So as you can see, the AirPods 3s have a little button right here. And you can see that the AirPods Pros also had the little button right there too. So they both are very similar in that sense. They really aren't super different when it comes down to the raw features of themselves, but you can see they both have the buttons. These things are great for skipping songs and answering phone calls, different things like that. I think you can toggle Siri as well. So that's a really cool thing that both of these AirPods kind of had going with. Now, I will tell you, just because both of them are very similar in that sense, it doesn't mean they're similar in every single way of the way, whatever that saying is. Essentially, with the extra money that you're spending on the AirPods Pros, you are getting a little bit of a more capable machine, in my opinion. So first off, with the AirPods Pros, you are getting transparency mode, which is a really cool feature. I've talked about this a ton on, my videos back in the day once transparency mode came out. And what it is essentially it allows you to actually hear things around you while you are having the headphones on. So with the AirPods 3s, because these don't have any active noise cancellation or anything, you can still pretty much hear everything around you, which is nice. but the AirPods Pros actually have this feature built in. It's very similar to if you've ever used any other Sony headphones or AirPods Max or even some Beats headphones. They have this type of capability, which is really cool. So personally, I love this mode. I still kind of prefer, if I'm being honest, to just have regular AirPods on, like these ones, because you can still hear mostly everything around you. But now with these AirPods 3s, if they fit right in your ear, you're going to have a hard time hearing anything around you because these things are pretty much suction cupped to your ear if your ear holes are small. With the AirPods Pros, they have a lot of capability. So active noise cancellation and transparency mode, which is cool. Like I mentioned, the AirPods 3s don't have it, but I still think these things have a lot of capability for sure. Now, something that is actually kind of interesting between the two is actually the battery life. So apparently the AirPods Pros don't have as good battery life as compared to the AirPods 3s. So that's a very, very interesting thing. Personally, I probably wouldn't have expected that. I would expect the AirPods Pros to have better battery life, but considering the fact that the AirPods Pros also didn't have better battery life than the AirPods 2s, I think it kind of makes sense there. So Apple actually estimates that the AirPods 3s will get you about 6 hours of battery life. So that's pretty cool. That's still a lot of battery life. But Apple actually estimates that the AirPods Pros will only get you 4.5 hours of battery life. So again, if you're somebody who wants to get the most amount of battery life from your device, well, quite possibly the AirPods 3s may be the better option for you. You may be able to get better battery life from these type of AirPods than these type of AirPods. But I do want to mention a cool thing between these two new AirPod Pros is that they both support MagSafe wireless charging, and they both support wireless charging in the first place. So if you're somebody who wants to go ahead and, wirelessly charge your AirPods, well, you can put them on a MagSafe charger or wireless charging pad and charge them both the same. So that's really cool. But technically speaking, the AirPods 3s will get you better battery life. I don't even know how it is on transparency mode because that also takes down a little bit of battery life. So ultimately, what I can tell you is when it comes down to both of these AirPods, which one you should pick up, I think the AirPods Pros are still the AirPods that have a lot more capability. The transparency mode is really cool, and that active noise cancellation is another really cool thing. I mean, that's something that's just so mind-boggling to me, and it really makes these headphones feel that much better. But they are a little bit more money. These are $249 versus the AirPods 3s, which are $179. So it really comes down to you. Are you okay with spending a little bit more money to get transparency mode, active noise cancellation, as well as the adjustable ear tips? If those things sound good to you, then getting the AirPods Pros is the better choice in my opinion. But like I mentioned, if you're somebody who is totally okay with not having those two things and you want to save some money and you want to get maybe a little bit of better battery life on your AirPods, well, in that case, I would probably recommend picking up the AirPods 3s. These things, like I mentioned, aren't perfect, and there are still some features missing from the AirPods Pros, but you are getting better battery life and you're getting a cheaper price tag on this one, and you're still getting at least some of the main core features: wireless charging, MagSafe capability, really good audio quality, way better bass than the AirPods 2s, which is good. So I think that pretty much covers it up here. I would probably recommend you to pick up the AirPods Pros if they fit your ear, but if the AirPods 3s fit your ear, these may be a really good option for you too. So that pretty much covers it up. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.